Biss. You recently had a major win for retirement security in Illinois. Tell us a little bit about the Secure Choice program. What is the problem that it addresses? How many have been served? What are the nuts and bolts?
Great. Well, thank you, and thanks for including me in this discussion. I'm really looking forward to it. The Secure Choice Savings Program that we were able to pass just a few months ago seeks to tackle a really severe crisis in our retirement system in this country, which is that there is a huge population of workers who have no access to any retirement plan whatsoever. It's probably worth noting that among people who do have access to plans, there's still lots of inadequacies in our system and lots of failures in our system that require repair, but the worst off population is the roughly half of private sector workers who have no plan at work whatsoever. That in Illinois adds up to about 2.5 million people. It's of course many times more that nationally. In fact, there are 20 million people nationally working full-time at an annual salary of between $30,000 and $100,000 a year who have no retirement plan at work. And the great majority of people in this situation basically have nothing put away for retirement and are therefore expecting to rely exclusively on Social Security, which is simply inadequate as a sole source of retirement income. So the idea is pretty simple and, to be honest, pretty philosophically moderate. It creates an automatic enrollment retirement savings program where if you work for a certain category of employer that doesn't have any plan, you're automatically enrolled at a 3% payroll deduction. So first of all, you can save at work with the payroll deduction. Second, you're automatically enrolled, so you don't have to affirmatively opt in. This is, in practice, this significantly increases participation, particularly among younger workers. And then everyone's pooled together, and pooling people together allows the state to push fees down, and so people are able to save without paying the kind of, frankly, confiscatory fees that low-wage workers and workers at small businesses are way too often exposed to. And it's trying to solve this problem that exists for 2.5 million workers right now. Now, because of a series of concessions we had to make in the course of passing the bill, it won't benefit all of those 2.5 million workers immediately, but it's really creating a new piece of the retirement savings infrastructure in this country that over time I think will really be transformative for this category of workers who have no access to retirement. The bill was just signed into law in January. It formally goes into effect in June, and then there's a 2-year implementation period, which is a frustratingly long time and frankly was itself a concession that we made during the course of working on the project. But I have to tell you, because we're the first state in the nation to pass a law actually implementing such a program, I think the benefit of taking some time is that we'll really have the chance to do it carefully and do it right and hopefully be a model for the rest of the country. It is interesting, particularly on the topic of today's discussion, this idea has been around for about a decade. It's had broad acclaim from not only people in the asset building field and advocates for low-wage workers, but from economists across, I would say, the great majority of the ideological spectrum. It's been supported strongly by the president, but also was actually supported in 2008 by Senator McCain when he ran for president. And yet, though it's been introduced every year in Washington for nearly a decade now, though it's been introduced in I think around 30 state capitals now, we were the first state just a few months ago to enact this into law, which is a commentary both about the power of special interest opposition, but also about the benefits of persistence and the value of building a strong grassroots coalition that makes use of the provider networks and the networks of nonprofits that really understand the struggles people are experiencing every day. So with that, thanks again. I'm looking forward to the discussion, and I think it's time for Lucy.